Welcome to Season 3 of Stealth Strike. If you haven't joined me for Stealth Strike before, what I like to do in the audio podcast is play through a narrated game of Marvel Champions where I tell you what cards I'm playing, what cards I have in hand, and what my board state looks like. Based on feedback, I decided to record this game as a video for YouTube as well, because I think that'll help some players enhance the experience. I hope you enjoy this Season 3 of Stealth Strike. It is going to go through the Galaxy's Most Wanted standard campaign, so if you haven't had the chance to check that out yet, now's the time to hit pause and come back after you've played Galaxy's Most Wanted. Hey everyone, welcome to a new season of Stealth Strike. This is Kennedy Hawk from the Marvel Champions Monthly Fan Podcast team, and today we're going to start out this new season playing Galaxy's Most Wanted, the latest released expansion for Marvel Champions. It is a campaign expansion, so we are going to play through it in standard mode in the campaign style using my favorite hero Hawkeye. If you haven't had the chance to play the campaign yet, I highly recommend you do. I did a little bit of setup in the home office, so I can have a little card cam here when I'm talking about cards so that everybody can see what's going on, because I know that my camera here at home at least is a little bit grainy. So we'll make do with the materials we have in front of us and get kicked off with this first campaign mission. Alright, so just like in the normal Stealth Strike, I am going to be shuffling my deck in front of all y'all, so you'll be hearing those authentic shuffles as we go through. We're going to kick this campaign off against Drang, who is from the Brotherhood of Badoon scenario. So Drang himself, I'll put this stage 1 villain out there so everybody can see what he does. He's got 1 scheme, 2 attack, and a forced response. After he schemes, resolve the Badoon ship's charge up ability. So we should probably learn what the Badoon ship's charge up ability does. And it's something really nasty for us. So Badoon ship charge up special. Place 1 barrage counter here. Then, if there are 4 or more barrage counters here, deal 2 indirect damage to each player and remove all barrage counters here. So, basically every 4 times he schemes, something bad is going to happen. I'm sure there's other ways that barrage counters will appear. We do also have access to the Milano, so Hawkeye is piloting the spaceship today. It's permanent setup. The first player controls Milano. We're playing solo, so always the first player. Basically, it gives me a free resource, which is really going to help accelerate Hawkeye into getting things set up quickly and stably. In campaign mode, there is a sort of side scheme you put out for each mission, and side schemes aren't going to be really great here, but do what I can. Badoon Blitz, standard mode only. Hinder 3, so it's going to start with 5 threat basically instead of 2. It has Victory 1. Each player draws a card when it's defeated, so it's basically out there. It's not causing us any problems unless there's something based on the number of side schemes out. And at the end of the day, we can earn a unit, which we can use to upgrade our deck between scenarios. Just like in Rise of the Red Skull, I'm playing Hawkeye for this whole campaign. I can switch aspects if I want. In Expert mode, you're unable to choose aspects or change aspects, and it seems like even unable to change the cards in your deck between scenarios, which just seems bonkers. So we are playing in standard. I should let everyone know that I have played a 3-player standard campaign already, so I've experienced all these villains at least once. This isn't blind, so if I win really well, don't feel bad if you lose, because we definitely lost some on our first time through the campaign. And if I lose, then it's probably my own fault. So, alright, I feel like my deck is sufficiently shuffled. I'm going to shuffle the encounter deck. So this includes the Brotherhood of Badoon, Ship Command, which Milano was part of Ship Command, the standard encounter set, and 1 modular set we put in Band of Badoon. It also has my obligation, because I don't think I was told not to put that in. And it has a special scenario encounter card, the Badoon Headhunter. So all of that is in this encounter deck that I am now shuffling over here. Somebody on the stream asked, so I use my villains with these purple dragon sleeves. I'm a dragon sleeves jerk. And then I do orange for my encounter cards, and I do the clear matte for my player cards. And my hero cards I have in, it's like the one thing I use Game Genic sleeves for. So there's my Hawkeye. Alright, so I think the encounter deck is sufficiently shuffled. We'll give it one more shuffle here, but I'll just show everybody here this card. The setup is basically to put the Badoon ship into play, which we knew was going to happen. So we'll flip this over to its 1B side, let everybody see it really quick. Starts with 2 threat on the main scheme. I'm going to take it over here to read it because I don't know all these cards by heart yet. Drang's overwhelming forces have mounted a surprise attack against Earth. Well, good thing Hawkeye's on Earth, because he can stop him with this spaceship that he stole from Star-Lord. Forced response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, resolve the Badoon ship's charge up ability. So once per round it's going to get a counter, and once per scheme out of the villain. And that includes schemes from advance and things like that. First player action, exhaust Milano. Remove 3 threat from this scheme. So we can use Milano to thwart the main scheme, which is really nice. Shuffled my player deck enough, but I need to shuffle this villain deck or encounter deck one more time. If you guys haven't picked up this expansion yet, I highly recommend it. It is much harder than the Rise of Red Skull. Even on standard, I would say that it's a little bit harder. And the player cards aren't super exciting, but I am using some of the new aggression cards. I'm playing Hawkeye Aggression for this first mission in the aggression deck. So, here's the setup for the Brotherhood of the Badoon. The Brotherhood of the Badoon has mounted a surprise attack against Earth. You and the other Guardians of the Galaxy rush to Earth's aid, teaming up with the mighty Avengers, hey, that's me, in the process to beat back the Badoon. However, the Brotherhood of Badoon's leader, Drang, is a skilled tactician with a fleet of powerful ships and an overwhelming number of soldiers at his side. This won't be an easy fight. Good thing I'm playing aggression. Setup. Each player records their identity. Done. Reveal Badoon Blitz. Done. Shuffle the Badoon Headhunter minion into the encounter deck. Done. Bingo bango, we're ready to go. I'm going to get this rulebook out of the way and hope we don't need it. And I think we are ready to go. So we are going to draw our 6 cards to start and see if we want to mulligan. So we've got an explosive arrow, a vibranium arrow, a sonic arrow, a cable arrow, a prawn, and a combat training. That's a heck of a ton of arrows. I am going to keep a cable arrow. And I'm going to keep a sonic arrow. And I'm going to throw the rest of this jazz away for now. And draw 4 more cards. I did not draw into my bow, but I have 2 cable arrows, which is really enticing because I can knock out that Brotherhood or that Badoon Blitz right away, which seems really powerful. I could also flip to hero form, confuse Drang, and just do a bunch of damage to him and try to plow through as fast as I can. So we'll see what we do. We're going to start our first turn here. We're going to spend 1 resource of any type, so I am going to throw away this explosive arrow to search my deck for Hawkeye's bow, because we did not happen to draw into it. You're seeing my deck here. It's a very low cost curve deck. I'm recording these for YouTube this time as well, so they won't just be in audio form. You can also watch. That's just based on some feedback people gave me, so if you do have feedback, send it to me. I'll change things based on that. I'll put the links to my decks, I guess is what I'm saying, in the comment section. So this is a very cheap cost aggression deck. It's actually an upgrade from that. I have an arrow for that deck. I think the new card, Hand Cannon, is really good in Hawkeye. It doesn't really work well with Mean Swing, but having basically a 5 damage overkill attack every turn is really powerful in minion scenarios. Alright, so we got our bow. Boom. It is in play. So we will use our, well, we'll have to flip, right? So first of all, let's flip. I think we're going to use the Milano and our bow to play a cable arrow. That's going to let us remove 3 from Badoon Blitz. I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3... And I won't even, I'm a liar. I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to pay 3 for Helicarrier. I'll use Helicarrier to play that cable arrow. I'm cheating already. And then I'm going to use this first player action to remove threat from the main scheme using the Milano. Boom. And Hawkeye's still chilling here, so he's going to ping for 2. I don't feel the need to thwart with him, although maybe I should to get rid of the Badoon Blitz, but we're going to do what we can to thwart. Well, we can, but we got a Helicarrier and a bow round 1. Pretty happy with that. Drawing 5 cards to draw up to our hand size. Alright, so we got our quiver. Quiver is great. Unfortunately, we've gone through 4 of our 10 arrows already, and 2 more are in our hand, so there are not many arrows left to be had. We may have even gone through more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're through 8 of our 10 arrows, and we're only on our second turn. Not great. Okay, 1 threat is going onto the main scheme. Drang is going to attack me. You all ready for this? 2 damage attack. Oh, and we place, sorry. you know, I'm going to move this so I'm not just reaching across the camera every 5 seconds. We need to place a charge up counter onto the Badoon ship because we finished step 1 of the villain phase. He's going to attack me. I'm not going to defend. It is a 3 damage attack using blindside. So that is a ship command encounter card, just so everybody can see it. I'm going to take that 3 damage, so I'm counting damage on Hawkeye, so he is up to 3 now, sadly, sad day, of his 9 life points. We also are dealt an encounter card, and our encounter card is Criminal Past. Oh gosh. We're definitely going to flip down. Maybe we're not going to flip down, actually. Yeah, I think we are. We're going to flip down. I don't know if we're going to exhaust. That's the question. Yeah, we'll just discard our bow. This goes to the discard pile, and that's totally fine. Going to round 2. So we're going to spend... So this is my new hand here. I am going to spend Chase Them Down to get my bow back using Hawkeye's ability, because I don't have a minion to hit anyway, so it seems kind of like a waste to keep it. I do have my quiver, Vibranium Arrow, and Electric Arrow. I like all of that. I don't think I'm going to heal yet. I'm going to flip up. I'm going to use Helicarrier to play my quiver, because I want to see if I get other things. So hand cannon, Electric Arrow, another hand cannon, power of whatever, it doesn't really matter. Electric Arrow goes there. Technically we're supposed to shuffle, so we'll follow the new rules and shuffle. Not happy about that, but you know, I can pretend to be for the time being. Alright, cool. So we've got an Electric Arrow, but we've also got one in hand, so it's not like we need to play that specific Electric Arrow. So I am going to use the Milano and this Vibranium Arrow to play Electric Arrow. And I'm doing that because it's going to stun Drang, so I'm going to deal 3 damage to him, so this 5 will become a 2. And he will become stunned. So he only starts at 13, that's pretty low for Hawkeye, which is nice. I can also Honorary Avenger onto Hawkeye to give myself 1 more life point, so I'm 10 life. Trying to make it so you guys can see everything I'm doing here. I'm going to put my quiver up here with all its things in it, everything else over here. I do have Hawkeye's basic ability still, and this time I actually think I am going to thwart that Badoon Blitz for 1, because I'm afraid we're just going to plow through this scenario and I won't get any victory points, and I want the victories, right? So, alright. Untapping everything, untapping everything. One cool thing about Milano, somebody just asked, so Milano is not a hero resource, it is just a resource, so you can use that in alter ego form or whatever form you want. Captain America specifically really loves that for his ally reduction. Alright, so we're going to 2 threaten the main scheme and 2 charge counters on the Badoon ship. We are not getting attacked because it's stunned. Woohoo! We are getting dealt an encounter card, and it's the Badoon Headhunter. So there you go. He has 1 scheme, 1 attack with Villainous, Victory 2, and 7 hit points. He has a boost ability that would bring him into play as well, but instead we're just going to deal with him right here, right now. I did forget to draw my hand up. Not anymore. Okay. Alright, what do we got here? We got Spider-Girl. She is going to be great for dealing with Badoon Headhunter. We've got Bug. Not a big fan of Bug this turn, just because I can get a Sonic Arrow played instead, but we will see. All 10 of our cards are out of the way. We can quiver just to see what's there, but it ain't going to be good, yeah. I mean, we just got to plow through our deck if we want to get back to arrows now. And we want to get back to arrows before we flip this guy, so we're going to be putzing around for a little while here. Alright. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend this energy on a Spider-Girl. She's going to stun and confuse the Badoon Headhunter. That's going to get us 2 turns of Badoon Headhunter freedom. We are going to use Helicarrier and Bug to play Sonic Arrow. It's going to hit Drang for 3 and confuse him, and that's going to be important because we're trying to avoid that come out of here damage token. What is going on? I'm using my city boards incorrectly. That's the problem. Alright, he's getting hit for 3 and a confused. That won't cause a problem for me later at all. It probably will. I think here. Let me do a flip-flop here. Now it won't cause a problem for me. This is going to be odd. We're going to put that on top of side scheme. I know, I'm sorry, everyone. Recorded live and horribleness. Oh, it's bad. Okay, so I confused him with Sonic Arrow. I'm really happy about that. Because that means we are not going to have to deal with his reaction placing a charge-up ability. We are going to use the Milano to play an Endurance. Just give ourselves some more breathing room on hit points. I think Spider-Girl is going to hit the Headhunter for 2. Let's just start working on him. Hawkeye will hit the Headhunter for 3. So he's up to 5 damage out of his 7, which means Spider-Girl will be able to finish him off next turn. We're going to flip down because we can use extra cards and everybody's confused, and we can ready everything up. So we're drawing 6 cards. We really want to get through our deck, so we're going to be trying to draw as much as we can because there are no arrows left. But there are hand cannons, and I like hand cannons. Okay. What are we going to do here next? It is the villain's turn. So the villain is going to get 1 threat. We are going to get 1 more charge up counter. The villain will not scheme, which is great. Badoon Headhunter will not scheme, but we are dealt an encounter card, and it is Special Delivery. When revealed, Alter Ego. Oh, I'll just put it here so everybody can read it together. When revealed, Alter Ego, you may exhaust Milano. If you do not, the villain schemes for +1 scheme. We do not need Drang scheming, so we are going to exhaust the Milano and say goodbye to Special Delivery. Not a thing we need to deal with right now. Alrighty, it is our turn. We've got a pre-speed hand, so we've got a Skilled Strike, a Hand Cannon, an Expert Marksman, Honorary Avenger, Mockingbird, and another Hand Cannon. We've already got 1 restricted item out, so we can't get out both, so not too worried about that. We are not going to recover the 3 yet. I think we're going to flip up. Spider-Girl will take care of the Badoon Headhunter. Seems like a plan for me. He enters the victory display, so I'm going to put him over there because we just earned some dollar bills. Spider-Girl's gone, unfortunately. But that's okay. We got other allies in our hand. We can quiver. I'm pretty sure there's no arrows left. Just wasting time shuffling for you all. Yep, no arrows. Yeah. Bummer. So we could technically finish Drang off this turn with a hand cannon, or we could shoot our electric arrow and stun him. I kind of like that plan. I also like to get a hand cannon down, but I'd also like to get this expert marksman down. There's so many things I want to do. So first of all, Hawkeye's going to thwart this scheme. Getting rid of Badoon Blitz, it's got victory, and each player draws a card. We draw Chase Them Down. Good thing there's no minions left now. So we will use Chase Them Down to play Expert Marksman. Seems good, because we can now play our Shock Arrow for free. Which I think we're going to do for sure. Play the Electric Arrow. That's going to hit him for 3 and a stun. We are just stunning machines right now. And I think instead of playing Hand Cannon, I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3. We've already used that now because we sent our arrow off for a Mockingbird. Because when this... Oh, this has been going up by 2 per phase. That's a major problem. So this is actually at 6 because this is round 4. My bad, everybody. That's a little bit higher than we want it to be. So the good news is that Mockingbird can thwart it to prevent it from going off. What I was going to say is when 1 threat goes on there, ship is going to go off. I'm going to take indirect. But the problem is I can't now place all of that on Mockingbird if I want her to prevent me from getting hit by Drang. But Drang is stunned, so maybe I don't care. Alright. It is the end of our turn. We're going to place 2 threat in the main scheme and not ignore that this time. Let's draw up to our full hand size first. Sweet, so I've got a hand cannon and a power of aggression. I really like that. I've also got a wasp. Drew too many cards. Wasp, shield strike, skilled strike, not shield strike. Power of aggression, hand cannon, hand cannon. So, pretty interesting hand. I did leave that hand cannon in my hand, so we'll see what goes on there. So we place 2 threat. That means this is going to go to 4. We're all going to take 2 indirect. I'm going to put 1 on... I'm just going to put both on Hawkeye. Because he's got that endurance out there. We've got lots of life, technically, left. So I'm not too worried about that. It looks like we are going to deck out next turn, which is good for us. Drang is stunned. We get dealt an encounter card, and it is a side scheme. So here we go for everybody. Alright, this side scheme reads, Oppressive Armada, Hinder 3. So there's going to be 4 threat on it. Exhaust the Milano to remove 3 threat, and it has a hazard symbol, which is a symbol Hawkeye does not like. But Mockingbird doesn't mind it too bad, so maybe we don't care. Token clicks, token clicks. Okay, that's supposed to be a 2 and a 2. Drang is sitting there at 2 life. We know there's no arrows left, so I'm not going to quiver this turn. That's just a waste of your time. I am going to... I'm probably going to flip down and recover this turn, technically. Or potentially. I will use a power of aggression to play Wasp with 2 counters on her. Just make some more room here for everybody to see all the things that I have. Alright, so that was the first thing we did. I think we will pay 2 for a hand cannon, which is going to come out with 3 charge counters on it. We can remove a charge counter when we make a basic attack to add 2 to our attack and give that attack overkill, which is going to make Hawkeye swing for 5 with overkill. So we just want minions, ideally minions with victory, if there even are any more. I'm not quite sure. So we haven't even used our helicarrier this turn, but that's okay, I guess. Because yeah, I didn't pay with anything else that I could actually use. Alright, we will exhaust the Milano to remove 3 from this side scheme. Have Hawkeye finish it off, just to get it out of there. And we're going to flip down with Hawkeye. Mockingbird is going to remove 2 from the main scheme. It's honestly probably going to pop. I could remove 1 more from it. It would go to 5 then, and he would have to get a 2 boost icon card to flip it. I'm not sure if it's worth wasting a damage on Wasp, but we're gonna do it because we really don't want anything bad to occur this turn if we can avoid it. Alright, so we have taken that down to 3. We're gonna draw up to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are 1 card from shuffling. Bummer. And we have like the worst hand ever. Honorary Avenger, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Power of Aggression, Downtime, Genius, and Strength. I guess we can play Downtime and recover for a whole thing. That'll be nice. And there might be another thing we do in here. We'll see. We'll just see what happens. Okay. 2 threats going out. You know what that means? Oh no. A charge counter. Drang is finally going to scheme. We're letting him do something for once. No boost icons, which is good. So we got a Badoon Gurdant. He does go into play engaged with us. That's the problem. Alright, so Drang is going to place 1. Badoon Grunt is then going to scheme and place 2 because he's a jerk. We also get another charge counter because of Drang scheming. So, after he engages you, if there were no other minions engaged with you, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. So we do have a face down encounter card from the Badoon Grunt. And this has popped off to 8. Ouch. We resolve the charge up ability 1 more time. And flip over Protect the Planet. It starts with 4 threat on it. It can go to 8. It still goes up by 2 per player. And now you can either remove 3 threat or deal 3 damage to a minion using the Milano. Alright, so we're going to deal ourselves our encounter card. We've got 2 encounter cards to deal with now. The first one is a Cannonade that is going to have 4 threat on it because of Hinder 3. And it adds 1 boost icon to every card revealed for boost. And Drang's Sphere. Drang gains Stalwart. so he cannot be stunned and confused. That is bad. And we can pay a bunch of resources to discard it. It is a mental, a physical, and a physical. We probably don't want to do that until we flip him, so we'll just think about that as well. Alright, well, that was not great. What do we want to do here now? I don't really care about the boost icon card, because we're just going to dodge this one with Mockingbird. So I think I will use... I want to use Honorary Avenger to play Downtime. So I'm now recovering for 5. That's going to remove all the damage from me. And I have 13 hit points right now, so I can take some attacks to the face if I need to. I'm going to flip up. And we are going to... This is going to be kind of neat. We're going to Earth's Mightiest Heroes with Wasp to ready Hawkeye. Seems good so far. So far, so good. We are going to attack the Badoon Grunt. Discard this to give ourselves 5 attack and overkill. So 2 will hit the Badoon Grunt. The rest will hit Drang, sending him to the discard pile. Well, to the out of play area. That's very important in the future scenario. So, bam, he's out of there. When revealed, if Drang Spear is in play, give him a face down boost card. Don't like that. Let me put this here so everybody can read it together. Still getting used to this part. It's brand new to me. Alright. If Drang Sphere is in play, give Drang 1 face down boost card. Otherwise, search the encounter deck, discard pile for Drang Sphere, and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck. Alright, so he gets a face down boost card. After Drang Schemes, you're still going to do that stinky charge up ability, and we're going to get hit with a charge up right away, which is a real bummer. The good news is, boom, we've got strength and this power of aggression. This guy should be in this discard pile. We can use that to get rid of his sphere right away, which seems like a thing we would really, really, really like to do. We have Mockingbird, but we're going to save her because we're going to bounce her to hand. We will use the Milano to remove 3 threat from the main scheme. Just seems like a thing we need to do. And how much health does Drang have now? He's got 14 hit points only, so we should be able to get through that pretty quickly. He no longer has Stalwart. We are going to take this double boost card attack, but I think that Mockingbird can just bounce back to our hand and soak it all for us, and we should be good to go. I'm just putting health counters out here for Drang, so we don't forget to track his health. And we'll see what happens. Alright, so we're going to draw up. We've only got 1 card left in our deck, so we have to shuffle and deal ourselves an encounter card. Let me ready everybody up as well. So we are going to have a double encounter card turn, and he's going to have a double boost card attack. This is our victory display. Someone just asked what the Badoon Headhunter was doing hanging out of Badoon Blitz. That's what he's doing. Alright. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Somebody just asked about that. So that's a dice, so I know where to put the cards, because I'm real bad at depth perception today. Alright. We need 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what we got. We have Expert Marksman. We knew that was coming. Bug and a power of aggression. And Spider Girl, so we can choose which one to play. Skilled Strike, and hopefully we can hit an arrow, because we've got all this junk on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards out of our deck. So a third of the cards, and 5 cards in hand. So, I mean, 10 out of 25 cards are 40%. I can do math. Arrows. Alright, 2 threat, going to the main scheme. Charge up ability, goes off. We are sad, and we take 2 damage. But not the end of the world, because, you know, we're at 13 health. What do we want to do next? He is going to attack us for 3 plus 2 boost cards. Gross. We do have Mockingbird. When the villain initiates attack against you, spend 1 resource of any type. I am going to spend a... Yeah, we'll just go ahead and spend a bug. We haven't played bug yet, so we'll play bug, because there's lots of minions coming up. We return Mockingbird to our hand. We're going to prevent all damage from this attack, so we really don't care what the boost cards are. 3 plus, well, we kind of care, because this one still comes into play and attacks us, so kind of a jerk. Sneaks some damage in there still. And there were no other minions engaged with me, so I deal myself an encounter card. And a Badoon Engineer. Apparently, we should have done these in a different order. So that is the Brotherhood of Badoon scenario, so this is always going to be in there, and we resolve the charge up ability on the ship from the boost icon on that one. So that's a bummer, because this guy's now going to hit us for 2, but still not the end of the world. We haven't seen any more victory cards. I can't remember if there are any in there, or if we just haven't run into them. We've got 3 encounter cards, because we deal ourselves our encounter cards. So we're doing a heroic 3-turn. That is a little terrifying. First, we have an advance. That is not good. He's going to scheme for 2. If this is an attack, it gains piercing and all sorts of bad things, but nothing we really have to worry about right now, so not a big deal for us. But he is going to scheme for 2 threat, and that'll place another charge counter. We've got a gang up. Now that is a bigger problem for us. This is the gang up from the standard set, so he is going to attack us for 3 plus a boost icon, or plus a boost card. And I'm going to take the first one. It gains overkill, piercing, and range. We don't really care. We're just taking 3 damage. So basically one of those 2s becomes a 5. We are now at 7 damage out of 13. Badoon guy is also going to hit us. We are now down to 4 health. Not a place I really like to be. And we got a Badoon Warlord. Lots of minions. None of them with victory. Alright. Bingo bango, 2 minions sitting in front of us. None of them have guard, thankfully. And it is our go. So we've got 8 damage on the board between Wasp and Hawkeye, and we've only got to do 14. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to quiver. Nope, wrong deck. I didn't see that. 1, 2, there's a Sonic Arrow. 3, 4, 5, and a Shock Arrow. We are not going to be able to flip down, so we're just going to take the Electric Arrow. I always call it Shock Arrow because of the Alter Ego's spoiler they did. It was like, what a shocking attack. And now I regret it because I can never say the right card name. That puts us up to 11 damage, so that ain't bad. And we got some things in hand too, so it's not like we're doomed yet. So first things first, none of these have overkill. So let's have Wasp hit for 3. That's gonna hit him down to 11. Feeling pretty good about that. Let's use these 2 to fire an arrow. Pew pew pachoo. It's going to hit him for another 3. Somebody asked me to show the little token box I'm using. I will do that very shortly. Hopefully if I win here. So from 11 down to 8. That feels pretty good so far. We are going to do a basic attack. And we will use Hand Cannon to make it an attack for 5. We'll use Skilled Strike to make it an attack for 7. Hawkeye, pow pow pachow. And yeah, we may as well do it. We're going to pay the 3 last cards in our hand, play our Mockingbird, have her finish him off. 1-2 punch, Drang dead, standard mode, 1 try. So, token box I'm using. They're called Darcy's Mini Storage Box. You can get them at like Joann's or Michael's for like $2.99. They're pretty cheap. But they've got a bunch of different colors and sizes. I like the red one because it's got these like 5 little things. My tokens are all mixed up here right now, but normally I'll put my statuses, my 5-10 threats, my 1-2 threats, my 5-10 damage, my 1-2 damage, and then my special tokens like the Hawkeye arrows and the charge counters and things like that. So I find this one to be really convenient. The teal one just has like 5 total rows. The yellow one has like a big one and then 3 little rows. So it's all about what configuration you want on the inside. But they're convenient. They fit into like a corset box and stuff like that. I really like them. So anyway, we have beaten the Brotherhood of the Badoon. Let's see what happens. Victory. Record units in each player's respective unspent units box. Record 1 unit for each player. Alright. Record a number of units for each player to a maximum of 3 units equal to the victory values on encounter cards in the victory display. Record 1 unit for each player if there are no minions in play. Nope. Record 1 unit for each player if you're still on stage 1B. Also nope. If the Badoon Headhunter is in the victory display, Mark the box beside Scenario 1, Badoon Brotherhood. Brotherhood of the Badoon. Is the Headhunter defeated? He is defeated. Good job, Spider-Girl and Hawkeye. Bang. So let's look at the campaign log really quick, just so you guys can see what that looks like. It is a huge 2-page campaign log. So we have currently, I believe that's going to leave us at 4 unspent units. And between scenarios, we are able to visit the... Let's just double check here. Yeah, it was 1 and then up to 3 per player from your victory display. So I think you'd have to divide these up amongst your players, right? Record a number of units for each player to a maximum of 3. Oh no, I think everybody gets those if I remember right. Okay. Yeah, so either way, I'm in solo. So I'm going to end up with 4 units, and we will go get the market and spend those before we move on to our next scenario. Alright, so we've got our market cards here. There are varying costs of cards, so I'm just going to put some of them up there so you guys can see what kind of cards exist. So here is Calculate the Odds, and I think this is the card I'm going to take. Draw a card and then choose a player. I'll obviously choose Hawkeye because he's the best. That player may draw a card and then choose and discard a card. So if you draw this early, you're basically getting to like cycle your deck a little bit extra. It stays in your deck, so this is going to be there for the entirety of time, which is going to help us set up Quiver and our expert marksmen and the things we need a lot faster. There's some other really good expensive ones, so I think I'm going to save 2 unspent units for some of those. There's some that are like ready a friendly character, like ready Hawkeye and draw a card seems real good for a 0-cost event. But you need 5 units for that, so we are going to spend 2 of our 4 units on Calculate the Odds, and hopefully that will pay off for Hawkeye in the future. So tune in next week or next session for Stealth Strike, depending on how quickly I get these recorded, and we will be facing off for Scenario 2, I believe is the Collector. We will be infiltrating the museum. So, until next time, thanks for tuning in to Stealth Strike.